there's a snake next to you.
Now I'm thinking, he's bluffing. So I'm like, stop playing, bro. That's not funny.
I'm not playing. Look behind you.
Now the whole time, I'm still here thinking my brother is playing a prank on me. So I dive into the water and start swimming. Next thing I know, I get the worst pain in my arm. You know what's crazy? When's the last time you seen kids play outside? Seems like to me all kids want to do nowadays is stay inside all day and play their video games and be on social media. See, unlike today's kids, I grew up loving the outside. See, I'm a millennial, and from the time I woke up until the sun went down, I was outside. As a matter of fact, we played outside so long that our parents would have to force us to come back in. But here's the thing, playing outside had rules. Rule number 1, don't leave the neighborhood. Anywhere my parents couldn't see or call you was a no zone. Rule number 2, don't talk to strangers. If you don't know the person, run away. Rule number 3, your butt better be home before the street lights come on. Trust me, the worst thing you can do is come home after dusk. You would get whooped. Now, as a kid, I didn't mind being outside all day because staying inside got you in trouble. You'll have to do more chores, you have to clean the house, you have to cut the lawn, have to help with the cooking. And what kid wants to do that? So every morning I would get up early and go play outside with my little bro. So one day my brother and I were riding our bikes. So we get to the edge of the street and I was like, Tim, you want to ride to the other side of the neighborhood?
But Mommy said not to cross the street.
I'm not gonna tell if you don't. Remember, rule number 1, right? Don't leave the neighborhood. So I convinced my little bro to leave the neighborhood. We ride for a few more minutes, and to the side, we happen to glance upon a small pond. So my little bro goes,
Wow, is that a pond?
Then an idea came to mind. See, since we lived in a neighborhood without a pool, I figured what's better than going swimming on a hot summer day in a small pond. So I was like, Tim, you wanna go swimming?
But Mommy said,
I'm not gonna tell if you don't. Now remember, my brother was only 4 years old at the time. So anything I said or do, he followed right behind me. But here's the problem. First of all, none of us knew how deep the pond was. And second, neither of us knew how to swim. So to keep anything bad from happening, I decided we should stay on the shallow end so I could keep an eye on my little bro. So I get into the water first and go, come on, Tim, the water's so cool. So my brother jumps into the water and we start playing in the pond. Now remember, this is outside in nature. We don't really know what's in the water. All we wanted to do was go swimming. So now my little bro and I are dead in the middle of a pond and practicing on how to swim. But since I was taller and couldn't swim on the shallow end, I decided to go a little deeper. Hey, Tim, I'm gonna go a little deeper to test my swimming.
but Mom said,
I won't tell if you don't. So I move a little deeper, and then a little more, then just a tiny bit deeper, up until the water was right below my chin. Okay, Tim, I'm about to swim towards your end. So right before starting, my brother goes,
Lem, there's a snake next to you.
now I'm thinking, he's bluffing. So I'm like, stop playing, bro. That's not funny.
I'm not playing. Look behind you.
Now the whole time, I'm still here thinking my brother is playing a prank on me. So I dive into the water and start swimming. Next thing I know, I get the worst pain in my arm. Oh, that hurts. So I look to the side, and there's a snake biting my hand. Oh God, it's a snake. So now my brother starts screaming.
Help, help, help. My brother's dying.
Now my brain goes into fight or flight mode. I swing my arm, the snake flies off, and I start rushing towards the shallow end. Then my brother goes,
Lem, there's another snake behind you.
now I'm shook. It suddenly hit me. This pond is full of snakes. So now I'm like, Tim, get out of the water now! Now both my brother and I are trying to run towards the edge of the pond as fast as we can, but we can't swim. So we finally get to the side, get off the water. I look to my arm, and there's a huge snake bite. Now I'm really scared. I didn't know what to do. If I tell my mom, she's gonna kill me. If I don't tell her, the snake's bite might kill me. Now I'm sitting there pondering, knowing I have minutes to live because at any time I might be meeting Jesus. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where there's a snake bite, here's what to do. First, lay or sit down with the bite in a neutral position of comfort. Second, wash the bite with soap and water. Third, cover the bite with a clean, dry dressing. Fourth, remove any tight-fitting clothing in case of swelling. And most importantly, remember, you should always keep the affected area below heart level if possible to keep the venom from spreading. Do not at any time wait for the symptoms to appear before acting. So I go, Tim, you're gonna have to suck it out. What? Hurry up, or I'm gonna die. So my brother bites my hand and starts sucking out the venom as hard as he could. Ow, that hurts, but keep going. So he tries and tries and tries, but nothing comes out. So he's like,
I'm gonna go get Mom. You stay here.
so my brother gets on the bike and starts riding back home as fast as he can. Now I'm thinking, is this it? Am I really about to die? I didn't even get a chance to touch some real boobs. So I lay my head down and accepted my fate. A few moments later, my mom comes by flying. She picks me up, puts me in her car, and drives me to the hospital. Now the doctors start working on me. They check my vitals and take a few blood tests. A few hours go by and the results come back. And thank God, the snake wasn't venomous. So my mother takes us both home. We get into the house, and now I'm really about to meet Jesus.
Tim, go to your room.
When I tell you this lady was heated, now it's just me and her.
Boy, if that snake didn't do it, I'm gonna kill you myself.
But mommy, I'm sorry. The only thing that held her back in the hospital was the fact that I was dying. But now, it was time for the beats. This lady goes outside and comes back with the biggest switch I had ever seen. And on God, proceeds to beat the brakes off of me.
Get over here, stupid. You know not to leave the neighborhood and you still disobey my order.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Switch a different type of
Tim,
pain.
and then you put your brother's life in danger?
Ow! 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 I'm sorry, mommy.
What is wrong with you?
I'm so sorry, mommy.
I'm gonna kill you myself.
And that was the day I got bit by a snake and hit by my moms. So, moral of the story, the more you F around, the more you gonna find out.